Hello, welcome to Prompt and Theater. It's been a little while since I've uploaded a video, working on multiple projects, but this is one I've been wanting to do for a while. Here it is. Let's go ahead and enter my name. Justin, begin your fate. Now, the API that I'm using to generate images for this adventure takes a little bit of time, so I may pause in between after each selection. So what you see here at the very top, you have my name, Justin. You see the health is currently at 100. Gold is at 10. Reputation at 50. We're on Act 1 currently. Scene 0, and I've got a decision log here. Currently nothing in the inventory. This is a very beautiful image. I really like this. Let's go ahead and get through some of this. I love stuff like this. Torches flicker in the snowstorm, casting eerie shadows on the walls of Ravenhurst village. The air reeks of smoke and desperation. A hooded figure rushes past, whispering of a cursed lord's return. The village elders scream, pierces the night air. All right, what are my choices? Investigate the village elder's hut, excuse me, where the scream originated. Follow the hooded figure into the storm seeking answers. Bar the door of the nearest tavern, preparing to defend against the coming darkness. I seek answers. Now here's where it's going to take a moment for the image to generate. Sometimes it's really quick, like now, and other times it takes a little bit. But here we are, another very beautiful image, really sets the mood in my opinion. And now right here in the decision log, you can see our first choice was to follow the hooded figure into the storm seeking answers. The story continues. Rain pounds against your face as you follow the hooded figure through the deserted streets of Valdermoor. The storm intensifies, threatening to consume you. Suddenly, the figure vanishes into a dilapidated tavern, its sign creaking in the wind. Do I burst into the tavern demanding answers? Wait outside, observing the tavern's patrons? Search the surrounding alleys for any clues. I'm going to go ahead and burst into the tavern demanding answers. And we wait while the API does its thing. See, like now, for example, it can take a little bit, but that's all right. Again, over here in the decision log, you can see there's our history of decisions. Our health is still good, gold, reputation. We're still in Act 1, Scene 2. The tavern falls silent as patrons turn to face you. Justin, their eyes a mix of curiosity and hospitality. The hooded figure sits calmly, sipping ale, as the bard in the corner raises an eyebrow. His, his music paused. Approach the hooded figure, demanding answers about the storm. Order a drink, attempting to blend in and gather information. Confront the bard, accusing him of being involved in the mysterious events. Well, I don't want to do that. I think I'm going to order a drink, attempting to blend in and gather information. Let me fix my headset here. Yeah, this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. I actually was watching the movie Dragon Quest, Your Story here recently, and I just made me think of this project. All right. The bartender's gaze lingers on Justin, his expression a mix of curiosity and suspicion, as he slides a mug of frothy ale down the counter. The hooded figure from the storm sits in the corner, eyes fixed on Justin. The fire crackles, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Do I approach the hooded figure, demanding to know their intentions? Mingle with the patrons, gathering whispers and rumors? kind of like a spy. Sit alone, nursing the ale and observing the tavern's dynamics. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and approach the hooded figure, demanding to know their intentions. I love these images. This API is really cool. Let's go ahead. Sure, the API can take a little bit of time with these images as we progress through our story, but it's not too bad. And I originally did not have a decision log over here, but I thought no, because I've played a lot of games, and you probably have too in the past, RPGs where it keeps track. And I just think that's kind of cool. All right. The hooded figure slowly rises, eyes gleaming with malevolence as patrons fall silent, sensing impending violence. You dare demand answers, Justin? They hiss, voice like a rusty gate. The air thickens with tension. Draw a non-existent sword, bluffing bravery. Offer to buy the hooded figure a drink, attempting to defuse the situation. Take a step back, eyes scanning the tavern for potential allies or escape routes. While the image is waiting to load, there it is. I'm gonna, well, I don't want to draw a non-existent sword, bluffing bravery. I'm gonna go ahead and offer to buy the hooded figure a drink, attempting to defuse the situation. I'm gonna go ahead and keep reading for a bit. All right. See if we can maybe get into an altercation. Let's see. The hooded figure's gaze lingers, then nods, accepting your offer. Patrons of Raven's Spire Tavern watch with interest as you both sit, the fire crackling between you. The hooded figure pushes back its hood, revealing a woman with piercing green eyes, her raven hair tied in a tight braid. Well, let's hope this individual is friendly. Ask her about the rumors of dark magic in Voldemort. Inquire about her presence in the tavern and what she seeks. Attempt to persuade her to reveal her true identity and intentions. You know what? Ask her about the rumors of dark magic in Voldemort. Let's wait for the image. I want to try to get into an altercation. This is really neat because it's not the same adventure I've done. Oh, I like that. There we are. There I am with the lady having a drink. Maybe she's cool, maybe she's not. I was playing with this a while ago, did 3 or 4 adventures, not all the way through, because they can go for a while, but you'll run into people whom you are convinced is a villain, turns out not to be. You'll run into people whom you are very much convinced is a protagonist, ends up being not the case at all. So let's read on. I read this. Okay. I want to ask her about the rumors of dark magic in Voldemort. Voldemort. All right. Let's see what it gives us here. Inventory. Nothing currently carried. The hooded figure's gaze lingers on you, as if sizing you up. Before responding in a hushed tone, dark magic, you say? I know not what you speak, Justin. The patrons nearby glance over. Intrigued by the whispered conversation, the fire crackles, casting flickering shadows on the walls. Waiting for that image. Press her for more information, sensing a hidden truth. Let the topic drop, ordering another drink to change the subject. Accuse her of deception, drawing attention from the crowd. I absolutely love these images. They're beautiful. I was going for this medieval theme. I'm liking it. I'm going to go ahead and accuse her of deception, drawing attention from the crowd. Let's see what happens now. Try to get some action. I had a good fight scene earlier. Okay. The hooded figure's eyes flash with anger as the crowd's murmurs escalate into a deafening roar. Patrons close in, their faces twisted in a mixture of curiosity and hostility. The bard in the corner raises his mug, shouting, "Trouble's found its way to our humble tavern. Draw a fist. Prepare to defend yourself against the encroaching crowd. Attempt to reason with the hooded figure, hoping to defuse the situation. Grab a nearby mug and shatter it on the floor, proclaiming, 'I'll have the truth no matter the cost.'" Yep, that's the answer I'm going to go for as soon as we get this image here. I like that the art style stays consistent with each scene. I like that. You can see it's starting to, you can almost feel that noise right there. I'm going to select grab a nearby mug and shatter it on the floor, proclaiming, "I'll have the truth, no matter the cost." Act 2. All right, we're into Act 2 now. Okay, now you can see over in the decision log, we can actually scroll a little bit, keeping record of all of our decisions. While the image is loading, I will continue to read. We are still at Raven's Spire Tavern. The tavern falls silent, patrons' eyes fixed on Justin as shattered mug pieces scatter across the floor. The hooded figure's gaze narrows, her voice low and menacing. Kind of feel like I'm just pissing her off, to be honest, but hey. Draw a stool back, prepared to defend against potential attack. See, now I'm just starting stuff. All right. Take a step forward, attempting to intimidate the hooded figure. Glance around the tavern, searching for potential allies or escape routes. Well, because I'm trying to get some action here, another beautiful image, I'm going to take a step forward, attempting to intimidate the hooded figure. Let's see. I remember Choose Your Own Adventure books when I was a kid. They were so cool. All right. While we're waiting, the hooded figure's eyes flash with anger as you take a step forward, but their voice remains low and even. Intimidation will not serve you well here, Justin. They saw, their gaze darting to the crowd, which has grown restless. The air is thick with tension as the patrons of Ravenspire Tavern wait to see what will happen next. My choices are: demand the hooded figure reveal their face, threatening to drag them outside. Attempt to reason with the figure, asking what they hope to gain from this confrontation. Turn to the crowd, declaring that you will not be threatened by this mysterious stranger. I think I'm going to demand the hooded figure reveal their. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna demand the hooded figure reveal their face, threatening to drag them outside. It's almost like a bit of a, makes me think of watercolor. I really like it. All right, let's go with this one. All right, what's next? Okay, we are on scene 10, act 2, as you can see up here. Now, I haven't lost any, well, yeah, I lost, did I lose gold? I can't remember. The hooded figure's gaze locks onto yours, their voice low and menacing as they slowly push back their hood, revealing a scared face with an empty socket. where their left eye once was. Jeez, all right. The tavern falls silent. Patrons exchanging uneasy glances. The figure's one eye burns with a fierce intensity, as if daring you to act. As if daring you to act. Wow. Take a step back, attempting to diffuse the tense atmosphere. Reach for the figure's wrist, trying to restrain them. Wow, okay. Spit in their face, fueling the simmering violence. Well, this took a turn. Let's go ahead and spit in their face, fueling the simmering violence. Let's see where this takes us here. I think it was the last adventure I took. It was interesting. I was in a cabin somewhere in a village, but it was sort of the village was sort of off on its own, right? And it was wild. I was inside, and there was someone, a large knight outside trying to find me. Well, they made their way inside this where I was, this cabin, this structure, and this figure was trying to find me, and I was trying to sneak my way out. It was like a horror movie. It was pretty cool. All right, the hooded figure's face twists in rage as your spit drips down their cheek. Gross. The tavern erupts into chaos. There it is. Patrons screaming and scrambling to escape the impending brawl. A burly blacksmith pins you against the bar, his meaty fist clenched. Okay. Try to reason with the blacksmith, explaining the hooded figure's suspicious behavior. Butthead the blacksmith, sparking a fierce melee. Use your free arm to grab a nearby candle, threatening to set the tavern ablaze. Wow. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and use my free arm to grab a nearby candle, threatening to set the tavern ablaze. Let's go. Wow, that went crazy real quick. Decision log. Where are we at here? Scene 12 already. The tavern patrons gasp as you grasp the candle, its flame dancing ominously. The hooded figure's gaze never wavers, but a burly blacksmith rises, hand on the haft of his axe, ready to intervene. I'm ready. Brandish the candle, warning the blacksmith to stay back. Attempt to reason with the hooded figure, hoping to diffuse the situation. Flick the candle's flame at the blacksmith, testing his resolve. You know, I'm going to go ahead as soon as this image loads in, and there it is. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to warn the blacksmith to stay back. Take a look at this image. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to do this for a little bit longer. See where this takes us. Excuse me. All right. The blacksmith's eyes widen as you brandeth the candle, its flame dancing menacingly. Patrons scramble to escape the potential inferno. That makes sense. Tables scraping against the floor, the hooded figure slips away unnoticed in the chaos. All right, well, do I demand the blacksmith explain his involvement with the hooded figure? Threaten to set the tavern ablaze unless the patrons reveal what they know? Use the candle to ignite the nearby curtains, creating a diversion. Jeez. See, it can go so many ways. I'm gonna wait till this image pops in for our adventure here. And then you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and use the candle to ignite the nearby curtains, creating a diversion. Although I'm kind of tempted to threaten to set the tavern ablaze unless the patrons reveal what they know. I feel like that might actually be. Oh, all right. All right. Okay. That very much that very much so reminds me of watercolor. That's really beautiful. I like that a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and threaten to set the tavern ablaze unless the patrons reveal what they know. I'll do this just a little bit longer. This decision log is showing. And up here in our scene, we are currently on scene 14. I was hoping to get into a one-on-one altercation here, a bit of a fight. Pandemonium erupts. Pandemonium erupts as patrons scramble to escape. Screaming and knocking over chairs, the hooded figure vanishes into the chaos. Flames from the candle dance menacingly, casting flickering shadows on the wall. Okay. Set the tavern's curtains ablaze, unleashing chaos. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Attempt to regain control, demanding answers from the cowering patrons. Flee into the night, pursued by the wrath of Raven's Spire. No, I'm going to set the tavern's curtains ablaze, unleashing chaos. Okay, we're seeing some similarities. Let's go ahead. Blaze it up. Let's see what happens here. Okay. There's a lot going on in Raven's Spire Tavern. Flames engulf the curtains as patrons scream. I can only imagine. Fleeing for the door, the blacksmith charges towards you. Hammer in hand, the hooded figure slips away unnoticed in the chaos. Engage the blacksmith in combat. Hammer versus candle. Hey, maybe this is a magic candle. Attempt to escape through the inferno, risking burns and smoke. Grab a nearby patron. Oh, come on. Grab a nearby patron, using them as a human shield against the blacksmith's wrath. I don't know about that one. I'm going to engage the blacksmith in combat. Hammer versus candle, baby. Let's go. Just got to wait for that image to pop up. This is going to be the mighty candle. My health is currently at 100. I have a feeling that's going to change. Unless, hey, you know what? Unless this candle's got some tricks we don't know about. Oh boy, look at this. It is on fire. You know what's crazy about this adventure? This literally this is just because my character decided to be a complete, well, yeah. You can guess. All right. Engage the blacksmith in combat. Hammer versus candle. Let's go. Act 3. All right. I'm ready. The blacksmith's hammer crashes down, narrowly missing your skull as you dodge to the side. Candle held aloft, the tavern erupts into chaos. Patrons screaming and scrambling to escape the inferno. The blacksmith charges, his massive frame barreling towards you. Okay. Swing the candle at the blacksmith's face, aiming for his eyes. Well, yes, absolutely. Attempt to reason with the blacksmith, pleading for calm amidst the panic. I just don't think that's going to happen. Leap onto the bar, of course. Leap onto the bar, using it as a shield between you and the blacksmith's deadly hammer. Wow. Okay. All hell broke loose. Let's go ahead and do swing the candle at the blacksmith's face, aiming for his eyes, no less. Let's go. All right. And after this, we'll go ahead and we'll call it. Nice decision log. Again, I didn't have this before, but I had to code that in because I'll be honest, not that I'm necessarily gonna go back and read. It just gives me that classic RPG feel. Okay. The blacksmith recoils, eyes scorched. Oh, you mean I got him? As patrons scream and scramble to escape the inferno, flames engulf the tavern, casting flickering shadows on the wall. And I notice this adventure likes to say that a lot. Casting flickering shadows on the wall. It's all right. It works. The blacksmith, enraged, charges at you with his hammer. Dodge the blacksmith's hammer and make a run for the door. Attempt to grab a nearby chair to defend against the blacksmith's attack. Use the candle to set the blacksmith's beard ablaze, momentarily blinding him. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one. I think I'm gonna have to do a couple more here. Use the candle to set the blacksmith's beard ablaze, momentarily blinding him. Let's go ahead and do that one. Why wouldn't I at this point? Why wouldn't I at this point? Okay. All right. Scene 18. Take a look. The blacksmith's beard erupts in flames, his eyes widening in agony as he staggers backward. Patrons scream, scrambling to escape the inferno. The tavern's wooden beams creak, threatened by the spreading flames. A figure emerges from the chaos. The tavern keeper, his face twisted in rage. Twisted in rage. Well, where were you before all this went down? See, I'm getting too involved here. A couple more and I'll call it. Charge the tavern keeper, candle still clutched in your hand. Do you not see a hammer laying around anywhere? A halberd, a sword, anything? Attempt to that's funny though, you know, he is very dependent on his candle. Attempt to extinguish the flames, saving the tavern from destruction. I think we're a little almost past that point. Seize the opportunity to flee, disappearing into the night. Oh, I'm not done yet. I'm gonna charge the I'm gonna charge the tavern keeper, candle still clutched in my hand. And there's the artwork for that scene, very beautiful. And let's go. I know I keep saying just a little bit more, but I'm getting a little too into the story. Right. Scene 19. Oh, look at that. Yeah, health went down from 100 to 85. The tavern keeper cowers as you charge. Candle held high. Patrons scramble to escape the impending doom. The door bursts open and a city guard rushes in, sword drawn. Okay. Well, I've got my candle. Lunge at the guard, candle aflame. Okay. Demand the tavern. Let me fix my headset. Demand the tavern keeper reveal secrets or face the flame. Attempt to reason with the guard. Amidst the chaos. Hey, you know what? Demand the tavern keeper reveal secrets or face the flame. Like, let's just forget about the whole what it says here, right? The door bursts open and a city guard rushes in, sword drawn. I would have liked to seen a little bit more with this image, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lunge at the guard. I'm gonna lunge at the guard. Candle aflame. Let's see. All right, all right, all right. This has gone on long enough. This has gone on long enough. I had one going before I started recording that went on for almost an hour. I mean, we're already almost at 30 minutes here, so I'm gonna stop it after this one. Let's see what we've got. All right, scene 20. The guard's eyes widen as you lunge, candle flames dancing wildly. He raises his sword, but The tavern keeper intervenes, grabbing your arm. Enough, Justin, he shouts, as the guard's blade bites deep into the wooden counter. What, you're just threatening me? After all that, you're just threatening me? I don't know, folks. Twist free from the tavern keeper's grasp, targeting the guard's exposed flank. Set the tavern keeper's apron ablaze, using the distraction to escape. Drop the candle, raising your hands in a gesture of surrender as the patrons watch with morbid fascination. I'm telling you, this can go on for a long time. Oh, I like that. As I end the video, there's a nice confrontation there. I will do another one of these in the future. Not maybe as long or not, I don't know. I love stuff like this, and I wanted to use an API, code a project. This is definitely very far from all the other projects that I've done so far on this channel, but I don't know if you can hear it in my voice or not, but I completely nerd out on stuff like this. I love it, love it. But I would love to keep going, and I really want to, but this has already been going for 31 minutes according to my recorder here, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it. I'm going to say it. As always, thank you a ton for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.